Hi everybody, my name is Harry Hoffman, and this is just a sample podcast about sports. Alright, hope you like it. So, first topic of the day, Greg McElroy. He had those comments about the New York Jets locker room, and so far he's gotten a lot of negative feedback from past players on Twitter and people saying that just because he's a third or fourth string quarterback means you're not allowed to say anything, and that it should have come from a guy like Mark Sanchez or Plaxico Burress. And here's the thing. It probably should have come from Mark Sanchez or Plaxico, but neither of them said it. Nobody was saying anything. Bart Scott was flipping off the media. Santonio Holmes didn't say a word. I mean, it was just a mess. Someone needed to come out and say something, and he did. I loved it. I loved what Greg McElroy said. It was absolutely right on spot, and some people are shocked at what he said, that people couldn't believe that the Jets players didn't care whether if they won or lost. And to me, that's shocking, because how could you not see this coming? Watching the last couple of minutes of that Miami Dolphin game, you could just tell that they were all out of it. The looks on their faces. Mark Sanchez is throwing picks left and right. Rex Ryan is angry. I mean, and then to sum it all up, they show Santonio Holmes sitting on the bench with his helmet off, not even paying attention to the game. And then right there you knew this is all going downhill. You had to see this coming. This is nothing new. It was a bad locker room. Listen, the Jets were worse in the locker room than they were on the field. They have tremendous potential, and they showed it in the past 2 years going to the AFC Championship game. And this year, just towards the end, too much talking, and it just collapsed. So I've no problem with what Greg McElroy said. No problem. He actually showed some type of leadership that the Jets needed. They needed it from somebody. Yes, they would have preferred a guy like Mark Sanchez or even Rex Ryan, who said he didn't even have a pulse on the locker room. I mean, this whole situation was bad, but I have no problem with what Greg McElroy said. I loved it. So that's my take on the Jets. And I think it will take maybe a year or two to get back up from this, because this is not a good ending, and it does not bounce back that easily. Alright, let's move to the NBA. And I know it's only 2 weeks into the season, but let me give you my biggest disappointment so far. Obviously you could go with the Sacramento Kings, who just been in turmoil right now. DeMarcus Cousins, second year in the league, and he's asking for a trade. It's just bad. I'm not even going to go there. Not even going to go there. Let's go with, I'm going to go with the New York Knicks. 2-4. Just coming off a home loss to the Charlotte Bobcats, who are a good team, don't get me wrong. They have good players. But, I mean, they gave up 118 points at home. You cannot do that in the NBA. You will lose games every time. And, the Knicks and Mark D'Antoni, they said, they brought in Tyson Chandler, good defensive asset. They said they were going to be great on the defensive end. And, it's just not there. There is no effort whatsoever. It's just a lack of effort. It's not even like, oh, let's play man-to-man, maybe a 2-3, 3-2 zone, or 1-3-1. Let's see what we can do. Because none of those will work. Because you don't have any effort. If you don't have any effort, you can't even work with anything. You need to have a base. It's like a student taking a test, and he fails every time just because he doesn't show any effort. Well, that doesn't mean he's dumb. I mean, he can still He could be a genius for all we know. But say he shows a lot of effort into one test, maybe a couple tests, and say he gets an 80. Well, now we have something to work with. Now we can look at his strengths and his weaknesses that we can build. The Knicks defense, there's nothing right now. You can't build on that because there's a lack of effort. They need to work hard on the defensive side so they can look at what they can do better and what they need to correct, because right now people are just walking in, taking layups, and the Knicks are getting booed off the floor. I mean, really, that's what's happening right now. And I don't know if Mark D'Antoni's the right guy for this job. I really don't. I really don't. We'll see how. I think they're gonna let him finish the season, and hopefully they can bounce back because they have tremendous talent in a tremendous city. I mean, right now it's not going well for the New York Knicks. And final topic of this sample podcast. Anybody catch the high school All-American football game last night in St. Petersburg, Florida? Whew! Boy, was it fun to watch. Those kids, hard to believe they're high school seniors. They were hitting hard. I mean, I've been watching these bowl games for the past week, and it's offense, touchdowns. Man, this first quarter, this second quarter, whoo! They were hitting hard. The defensive linemen were just barreling through the O-line, and getting to the quarterback, and it was tremendous to watch. It was a great watch. And, that just makes me, I can't wait for the national title on Monday night. I cannot wait. Coverage on ESPN all night long. Bama and LSU in the Superdome. Oh, man, it's going to be loud. It's going to be hard-hitting. I cannot wait. I hope it's a defensive game like it was back in November. That was tremendous. Not many people loved it. I loved the 9-6 game in overtime. That was awesome. Defenses played great. And, in my mind, who has the edge? Right now, I think it's Bama. They outplayed them in November. They just didn't outplay them on the scoreboard. Missed a lot of field goals. I think Trent Richardson will have a big game. I think the defense will play great as usual. They're first in every category known to mankind. Literally, when you look at the numbers, it's absolutely insane. It's just tremendous. One of Nick Saban's best work, and he's such a great coach. So I'm going with Bama. Roll Tide. ESPN Monday night. Everybody be there. It's the national championship. Thanks for listening. I'm Harry Hoff.